Good evening. Today's theme is adaptation, ecological adaptation. I'm going to talk about. Adaptation is the evolutionary process whereby an organism becomes better able to live in its habitat or habitats. Every living organism on earth basically does three things: consumption, reproduction, and adaptation. We understand the consumption and the reproduction parts, but we are strangers to adaptation part. Adaptation is employed when an organism is faced with the limiting factors in its habitat, such as no food, no water, and no space. Just think about the rapidly escalating limiting factors that humanity is facing in its habitat, such as heat, drought, famine, food shortage, water shortage, so on and so forth. Starting from now, next 500 years, humanity will be focused on only adaptation part that teaches us how to survive. The IPCC, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, finds with 95% scientific certainty that increasing concentrations of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere due to human activities. The impacts of climate change will influence flooding of settlements and infrastructure, heat-related deaths, and food and water shortages in India and also around the world. Changing patterns of rainfall or melting snow and ice are altering fresh water systems, affecting the quantity and the quality of water available in many regions. Climate change will cause declines in agricultural productivity in many sub-regions of India for crops such as rice, wheat, and maize. Taking action on adaptation today delivers many immediate benefits now and in the future. Adaptation will bring immediate benefits and reduce the impacts of climate change in India and also around the world. The IPCC describes adaptation as the process of adjustment to actual or expected climate and its effects. Effective adaptation strategies can and should strengthen livelihoods, enhance well-being and human security, and reduce poverty today. Adaptation brings benefits both today and in the future. India has much to gain from adaptation. Actions like disaster, risk reduction, and social protection that reduce the impacts of warming that are already being felt and build resilience around critical sectors such as water, energy, and agriculture. India has many adaptation options. These include a wealth of natural resources and well-developed social networks. Local and indigenous knowledge underpin long-standing traditional practices for managing climate variability through, for example, diversifying crops and livelihoods, migration, and small-scale enterprises. Adaptation is fundamentally about risk management. Through adaptation, societies and communities can seek to moderate the harm of current and future climate risks or to take advantage of new opportunities. Anyway, what is life? So far, we have been defining from the viewpoint of consumption, reproduction, and pushing adaptation to the last slot. But now, a new way of defining what is life is all about. Life is defined by adaptation. Then comes consumption, reproduction comes in the last. Enjoy.